All right, so we're here with my good friend Dr. Marc Siegel, who is with me every Sunday on Sunday House Call. Mark, we have helped tremendous number of people out there. I know everybody all over U.S. is watching us. You're more than welcome to come anytime you have important topic. This is your home, AM 970, World Health News. My name is Dr. David Samadi. If we don't get to you today, email me or call me 212-365-5000 about the show, and also we're going to post it all over our blog, samadimd.com. All right, Dr. Siegel. Obamacare. I know from day one you saw this, your forecast that this is not going to do well. Are we better off like 2 years after that whole noise about Obamacare? Are patients getting better access, better care? Are they paying not as much as you thought? What's going on? In your New York Post, you were very clear. Obamacare stinks. And I guess you have a way to show your emotion.
Well, look, more people are covered with insurance than were covered before. But the problem is, overall, the system may not be getting you the access you're used to, and there's a watered-down effect. Let me start with the issue of narrow networks. Under the Obamacare policies, you go to the exchange and you get a narrow limitation of the number of doctors you can have. And I said in the New York Post that I had a patient with severe psoriasis who I was treating, and then the doctor that I was using wasn't taking it anymore, and I had to use a lesser treatment. And somebody wrote to the New York Post guy and editor who knew him and said, I don't believe that actually happens. So let me tell you a story. I was at a dinner the other night, and someone said to me, there are only 2 doctors in New York who can do prostatectomies properly, and one is Dr. David Samadi. And I said to him, I don't really believe there's a second one. And the point is,
thank you. You're being very kind.
No, but I'm not. I'm really mean that. I mean, look, you have laparoscopic training, you have open training, you have 6,000 cases now. You do it in an hour and a half. People get out the same day. Well, if I was a patient with a prostate cancer, God forbid I ever have that, why would I go to anyone else? And here's the reason: narrow networks. Because I can't ask you to take every possible insurance under the sun that may pay you a very limited amount. That's the problem with Obamacare. One problem is the narrow networks. Doctors like you and doctors like me are not going to take every possible insurance.
So here's what's going on also. I mean, there's so much pressure on the hospitals nowadays. They're reducing the payments. They are also in April 2015, which is only like a couple of weeks from now. Medicare is coming in with some like rating system where you get like 5 stars. It's almost like these letters outside the restaurants. You have A, it's a good restaurant. B is a bad restaurant. C, if you go in, you're going to get stomach pain and you're going to die. So based on what's going on over here, they have the patient surveys that all goes into Medicare. Then they give you a rating to the hospital. And so these are the things that they look at: long emergency room wait time in general, care transition, cleanliness, pain management. So how do they judge these hospitals? If somebody wants to please the patient, they would give more morphine, they would give more Percocet to keep the patient happy, as opposed to the quality of care. Maybe the doctor is really a good doctor, but he doesn't think he should be on Percocet on all this stuff. Are the doctors and hospitals being judged by all these guidelines and all these like pressure that's coming down from Obamacare?
That's a really great point, because the real way to take care of a patient, and you and I have talked about this on Fox News a lot, it's about the art of medicine. You know the science, and then when you apply it on a patient-by-patient basis, you tell the truth. And you may say to the patient, I don't want to give you that pain med. You know what? He's going to write in a survey that you're a terrible doctor because you won't give him what he asked for. And that's going to put us in a very, very compromised position. I think there's way too much evaluation going on. Let's recognize that quality of care is hard to put a number on. I mean, it's like the PSA. You were talking about the PSA before, David. I always say the PSA is as good as the doctor evaluating it. It's not a number. It's what you do with the number.
Well, there's an art to it, and I think like you really need to be in it and be the expert. Just like I would never like really try to diagnose pneumonia, which is all your field. So I think the value of experts is absolutely important. I want to take a quick break, and I want to come back with more questions about this whole Obamacare and what we're going to be talking on Fox News today. I know childhood obesity and diabetes is very close to you. You have had a lot of initiatives, interviews from McDonald's to delis, and now today you have something going on with the cafeteria and school system and how private sector can help with this. So when we come back, we'll have Dr. Siegel talking to us. All right. Dr. Samadi here from Lenox Hill Hospital, World Health News. Dr. Siegel treats his patient with Z-Pak. I treat them with my music, which is a lot more effective, and they would never get resistance to my music or get immune. Mark, so good to see you. We're going to be on Fox News at 12:30 talking about a lot of topics. In case you didn't catch us over here, you can follow us on TV on Fox News. We're going to be talking about renal disease today as a first topic, and then how to prevent it, how to recognize you have a kidney disease. But the second topic today is going to be about childhood obesity and diabetes and the nutrition and diet that our kids are having in the school. What's your report on, and what are you going to be talking about?
You know, I was a big critic, as many are, of the National School Lunch Program that Michelle Obama initiated about 5 years ago, because we've been reading everywhere on social media about kids saying, look, you're giving me an apple, but it ends up on my plate. I'm not eating it. You can't force feed this stuff. So I went to Union City, New Jersey this week expecting more of the same, but I found that a private company called Chartwell's that actually serves over 2 million kids around the country is using serving stations and is using Chinese food,
making
and
it more fun for the kids.
Yeah, fun, interactive, baked, healthy,
but
and
healthy
tasty and healthy. Those are the two key words: tasty but healthy and interactive. The kids get to choose their own menu. Very exciting.
That's right. Is the key to their success is because they sat with the parents and teachers and the students and said, what do you want to eat? And they went back to the board and came up with this? Or why is this a success and not other places?
Well, that's part of it, David. What you just said, there's this camaraderie. They can go on a website. There's an app. They can choose their own menus. They can talk about it. The other thing is that the food tastes great. So they're all day long, they're looking forward to the meal. Don't forget, a lot of these are very, very poor kids. They can't afford to go to restaurants. I wanted to come back to this cafeteria the next day because the food was so good.
All right, you think Michelle Obama is eating any of that food in the White House?
I think she better pay attention to this because private solutions oftentimes switch things and put a better spin on it. It's much better now.
I agree with you. So we're going to be on Fox News. The program is coming to an end. We heard about colon cancer screening. We heard about Obamacare. If we're not getting to a lot of live questions, it's because of limited time. But come on samadimd.com or call the office 212-365-5000. I'll see you next Sunday and hope this was helpful to you guys.